The focus of this year's New England 61-Day Challenge is mindfulness to promote a healthy mind, body, and spirit. And to help with that, Trinity Health of New England partnered with the makers of the app MediMind to offer it free to people who take the pledge. Well, I recently sat down with Jeff Nelder of Cloud9 Online, the app's maker, to talk about how mindfulness is much easier and more accessible than you might think.
Okay, Jeff, thank you so much for joining us today. And boy, talking before this interview, you mentioned that mindfulness is a lot more meat and potatoes than people might think. And I love that analogy. What do you mean by that?
Well, people think mindfulness is a mysterious, esoteric practice, and it's really not. It's something that they've been doing all their lives, often without thinking about it. One of the key objects of mindfulness to focus your attention on is the breath. And, when you focus your attention on the breath in and out, you're making yourself become present. And that's what mindfulness is. Mindfulness is your ability to become present and to hold intensities, emotional intensities, feelings, thoughts in a gentle awareness without judgment. And if you need an analogy, you can't take a breath in the past and you can't take a future breath.
Yeah.
So when you're breathing and you're focused on your breath, you are actually becoming present. And that's what mindfulness is all about.
Well, what goes wrong when we're more focused on the past or the future as opposed to the right now?
Yeah, well, suffering comes from either latching on to things and getting carried away by them, or from resisting things. And when we're present, we're not doing either one of those things. And every time you do that, every time, we're going through volatile times right now, whether it's the economy or the election or the weather or the climate, there's something for everybody that's causing this emotional intensity. And the idea with mindfulness is that no matter what it is that's going on, that instead of reacting to it with your lizard brain, you're able to create a buffer for yourself, right? So every time you do this, you increase your capacity to make things workable in your life. And that's something that's just natural that happens as well. Because every time you come back to the breath, every time you create this capacity, neuroplasticity in your brain is creating neural structure to help you respond rather than react.
So how does MediMind help people do that?
Well, with MediMind, we've made it free for 90 days for people to use during the 61-day challenge. And the reason we've done that is that we've taken meditation, mindfulness-based meditation, and we've put it to music. We've used beautiful voices. We've created a really beautiful experience that makes it really easy for people to sit and know that something's actually happening. I think when I talk with people a lot of the time, Tim, people might feel like mindfulness is mysterious. Maybe they've tried meditation, they've sat down and they've said, oh gosh, I can't stop my thoughts. I keep thinking, I'm worried about stuff. And the thing is, that's just natural. And with mindfulness, it's not like your thoughts stop. That's just the way that your brain works. What happens is every time that you're sitting there and you notice these thoughts come up and you don't react to them, the thing is, congratulations, you've just become mindful. Instead of reacting, you've noticed, you've been aware. And every time you create that awareness, like we were talking about, Tim, you're actually creating new neural structure in your brain that allows you to respond the next time, and your capacity grows.
Jeff, thank you so much for taking the time to partner up with Trinity Health of New England and give a lot of people here in New England, and especially in Connecticut, a good reason to be able to focus on their mind, their body, and their spirit in this very tough time. We do appreciate it.
All right, here's one more look outside the Mohegan Sun camera. Dan's got a look at the weekend forecast in just a few minutes.